Hi everyone, it's Miss Brenner. Hopefully you are all staying happy and healthy. I know it's been a little bit windy and rainy lately, but hopefully the weather shifts in our favor soon. So this might be a little bit of a longer video because I'm going to have to go over all the expectations for marking period 4 since a couple things have changed since we last spoke. So bear with me. So this is our marking period 4 participation activities for April 20th through the 26th. I'm going to talk a little bit about the expectations for this week. So to have a successful week, you're going to need to complete steps 1 and 2 of this activity guide. You need to either watch this video or view the slides that are going to be available on Schoology, which are posted in the weekly folder just like it has been. You're also going to need for step 2 to complete 5 out of the 6 activities for this week. The assignments open at 10 a.m. on Monday, so they're going to open at 10 a.m. on Monday morning, the 20th of April. And then they will close each week at 8 a.m. Monday the following week. So for this week, it's going to be Monday, April 20th at 10 a.m. and then they will close April 27th at 8 a.m. Now, I'm sure you're wondering then why I labeled the folder the 20th through the 26th. I don't want there to be any confusion and overlap since every week will have its own folder, but unfortunately, Schoology will not allow grading over the weekends, and so I cannot have a configuration between Schoology and our home access where it'll transfer grades that were graded on a Sunday. So it will have to close at 8 a.m. on the following Monday. My grading policy for the 4th marking period is as follows. All grades will be recorded in Schoology and transferred to home access for you to view. So you can view it either on Schoology or on home access. Now this is done electronically, so you will have to bear with us. Our tech department is working very hard to make this happen and make it easy. There might be some issues, so just keep that in mind. Grades will be recorded as class participation on a 1 to 0 scale. So students are required to successfully complete 5 out of the 6 weekly assignments unless you arrange something with me as your teacher. Successfully completed assignments will be recorded as a 1 in the gradebook. So when you go into the gradebook either on Schoology or on home access, it'll show up as a 1 if you successfully completed that assignment for the week. If you did not complete assignments for the week outside of the 5 out of the 6, they will be marked with a 0 in the gradebook. Students can choose to skip 1 assignment per week, which will result in a blank grade. That means that you would not get a 0 for that 6th assignment. If you did 5 out of the 6, the 6th assignment would not be a 0. It would just be left blank because that's the one that you chose to skip. So I'm going to go over some examples of successful grades and unsuccessful grades based on this system. So, successful grades. Student X completed 6 out of the 6 assignments for week 1. The result is the gradebook consisted of 6 assignments being graded with a 1 in each of the assignments, which is a great job. Student X repeats this for 9 weeks. That means they do all 6 assignments every week for 9 weeks, resulting in a 1 for each of the 6 assignments. Student X receives a successful grade for marking period 4 because they completed every assignment every week, which is awesome. Student Y completes 5 out of 6 assignments for week 1. This results in the gradebook consisting of 5 of the 6 assignments being graded with a 1, and 1 of the assignments being left graded blank. Student Y repeats this for 9 weeks and receives a successful grade for marking period 4. So, Student X and Student Y both receive successful grades for marking period 4, even though Student X completed every single assignment all 9 weeks and Student Y only completed 5 out of the 6 assignments. This is because I allow you to skip 1 of the 6 assignments per week. That means that if the student would skip more than that 1, that's when we will start to see zeros. If they only skip 1 per week, you will see a blank, which is fine. Unsuccessful grade would look like student Z, who only completed 2 of the 6 assignments for week 1. This results in 2 of the 6 assignments being graded with a 1, 3 of the assignments being graded with a 0, and 1 of the assignments being graded blank. Now they get a free skip, so one of them would be blank, but any of the other assignments that they did not complete would be graded with a 0. Student Z repeats this for 9 weeks and receives an unsuccessful grade for marking period 4. So these are the examples of the grading policy put into practice. If you have any questions about this, we will have meetings this week at the same times that we've been having meetings, or please feel free to email me. Please check Schoology for the meeting times and the links. All right, activity 1 is audio notes, which we are going to be doing an ed puzzle that is linked in Schoology in our folder for 420 through 426 on Schoology. It's called What Makes a Monster. It's hosted by me. It's going to be just like this video. So as we go to Schoology, you can't see this folder currently. It's going to open at 10 a.m. and I'm not recording it at that time right now. But just so you're aware, sneak peeking. Activity 1, you're going to click on it, and there is your ed puzzle. You can go click on that and open it up and do the 5 questions, and that will get you 1 out of the 6 assignments completed. Our next activity is creative writing. There is a folder just like activity 1. There's an activity 2 folder. You can pick any of these writing prompts and complete it, and that will get you 1 point towards your 6 activities completed for the week. So our options are: write a poem about the weather or the environment near your home. It could be a haiku, a narrative, or a limerick, whatever you choose. You could write a journal entry about your experiences during these challenging times of being instructed to stay home. So write a journal entry. Write a letter to a friend asking them how they're doing and what you have been doing to keep busy while you are both social distancing. You can include pictures if you want to put pictures in your post, please feel free. Write a short story about a superhero. It can be literal or it can be figurative, who has been helping people during the COVID-19 outbreak. These are different creative writing prompts for this week. Activity 3 is silent reading. Just like silent reading has been occurring over the optional learning activities, you can read for 60 minutes. It can be broken into 2 30-minute or 4 15-minute segments. And then we have a discussion post where you're going to share about what you've been reading and what you think about the foreseeable future of your book, how you think it will change. Activity 4 is vocabulary and grammar. We're going to be using No Red Ink. There's a link here in the slides, but there's also a link if we go back to Schoology, we go back to this week's folder. This is activity 4. So there's a link to No Red Ink for you to go do the diagnostic. And then you have to open up this assignment to tell me what grade you got, so that way I can record it in the grade book. If you only do the diagnostic and don't record your grade here, I can't put a grade in our grade book on Schoology because there will be no assignment completed. So you must do both steps here in order to get the point. Alrighty. Activity 5 is news articles. Once again, these are different news platforms that will allow you different forms of news based on your interests. And I'd like you to tell the class what you read and include the name of the article, the author, and a link, so that way if somebody else wants to go read about it because it interests them, they can. All right, activity 6 is horror story analysis about what makes a monster. So this reference back to activity 1, which was your notes. I'm going to ask you to research a monster of your choice and share with the class. This is going to be a discussion post. You must include the name of the monster, how the monster exists, so what about them, the strengths and weaknesses of the monster, physical attributes, cure or protection from the monster. Sometimes monsters can't be cured, but explain to me how you could protect yourself, and the type of monster based on the notes. So you'd have to have watched the notes to understand what type of monster the one you're researching would fall under, what category. Once again, this is a discussion post, and if you have any questions, I do have an example of this in those notes in the Ed Puzzle video. Alrighty, guys. And those are all of our activities for April 20th through the 26th. If there are any questions about grading the assignments when they're due, please feel free to contact me or to come to our meeting, which would be on Monday at 10 a.m. I will be sending this in an email to all of you, so please get a hold of me if there is anything else I can do. Thank you, and I miss you guys. I hope you stay happy and healthy, and I can't wait till I get to see you again. Bye.